Welcome to Royal Robotics. We've been exploring the amazing world of archaeology, and we are excited to share what we have dug up.
I dove into underwater archaeology to find out how shipwrecks and sunken cities reveal hidden history.
I focused on dig site safety because every great discovery starts with a safe team.
I explored the tools of the trade, the many tools archaeologists use.
I researched important discoveries that changed what we know about ancient people, like Pompeii.
I studied ancient civilizations, especially ancient Egypt, and how its artifacts tell incredible stories.
I explored fossils versus artifacts to learn the difference between what's man-made and what comes from nature.
I have looked at myths versus facts, how archaeology separates real evidence from legends.
Wow! What's going on here?
There's an excavation happening. We found some lost treasure. Come and look at my map.
Wow, how old is this?
We don't know yet. Would you like to know about dig site safety and some disasters that could happen when recovering treasure and artifacts?
Awesome!
When on a dig site, you should wear steel-toed boots, sun hats, or hard hats, and stay hydrated and wear gloves.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Let's talk about safety around machines. First, you should not stand in back of them, and be careful when operating them, if you operate them.
Could I drive a machine?
No. Too dangerous. Let's talk about some disasters that could happen. We should first talk about wind, because it blows artifacts and it covers them up with soil. So here's a demonstration. Wow, that was crazy. It's blowing the artifacts all around. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We should also talk about some poisonous insects, because that could really hurt in archaeology. And you gotta watch out for bites and stings, right?
What's that?
Be careful.
No.
Oh gosh. If that ever happens, I think you should get some first aid and probably go to a hospital. Well, we should also talk about some rain. Rain can cover up a dig site and it can totally wreck stuff for you, right? That's...
Oh my gosh! I got very wet just now.
Wow. Well, let's walk over to the dig site quick and take a look at it. Look at the artifacts that we're digging up and some possible hazards are. This wall could just literally cave in right now. So
are you saying that people need to prepare their dig sites when they're gonna dig? Maybe support the walls?
yeah, they should.
Oh dear. That would have been helpful to have some support.
Yeah,
there.
whoa. Okay, we gotta.
Yep, I'm okay.
Okay. Safety is number one. Lots of planning and research goes into preparation for excavating a dig site. Hope you all enjoyed the video. We'll catch you on the flippity flop. Kid, are you okay? Oh my gosh, I did not know where you went.
Oh, Mother, I was learning about archaeology.
Still, I hope you're okay. Okay.
Today, I'll be teaching you about tools that archaeology workers use.
Can you teach me about some of the tools you have here?
I'd love to, Bob. Let's start with the most valuable tool according to archaeologists, the trowel, used for scraping, digging, collecting.
This thing right here?
Yes.
Oh, sounds good.
Do you want to hear about a few more?
Well, yeah, I've been wondering what this red thing is here that looks like a birthday candle. Is it your birthday?
Dynamite.
What?
We actually don't really use that.
Oh my gosh, I got worried for a second there.
We also use brushes for gently removing dirt, screens for catching small treasures in the dirt, notebooks to write down findings, camera to take pictures before digging things out.
What kinds of things might you actually dig up?
An example of a lost fossil someone might dig up is an ancient megalodon tooth.
Whoa, that sounds so cool. Thanks for teaching me today. I guess that's it for now. I gotta go home. It's time for dinner. Okay, bye-bye.
Wouldn't want to get bit by a megalodon. Whoa, that would be scary. Maybe a bunny would be better.
Hello, I'm Indiana Jones.
Hello, I'm Jeff. We are here today at Indiana Jones' secret lab.
Here, let me show you around. Here we have an ancient bee that I found 2 years ago at a dig site in Minnesota.
That's a really big bee. Wow, how old is this?
It's pretty old. A couple thousand years old, if I had to guess.
Oh my.
Yeah. And here we have an ancient skeleton from ancient Egypt. We think it might be one of the pharaohs, but we're not completely sure.
What happened to its head?
It was destroyed in the excavation.
Okay.
Yeah, my men
That's
weren't being
cool.
careful.
Yeah, it's very
Here we have an ancient bow and arrow from China, and that it was used to keep people away from invading.
Yeah. Well, that'd be a very useful tool.
Yeah. And then lastly, over here we have an ancient gold cup or goblet.
Yes, that's very interesting. That must be very expensive nowadays.
Yeah, I've checked and it's worth a couple $1,000s at least.
Oh my. Indiana, don't archaeologists solve ancient riddles to find dig sites?
No, actually we take a long time to find our dig sites.
Did you know that all tombs are cursed?
No, actually they aren't. They're just really gross with dead bodies in them, but they are definitely not cursed.
One more question for you.
Sure, I'm digging this conversation.
Don't you guys just start digging right away?
No, we actually have to get a lot of papers before we can start digging.
This has been a great interview, thanks.
Before you go, I have one more joke for you. Why was the archaeologist so depressed?
I don't know.
Because his career was in ruins. Ha 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 ha.
Funny one.
We're here on the shore of the Atlantic Ocean. It's 1985, and we've just discovered the remains of the shipwreck Titanic.
What are you going to do?
I've just discovered the Titanic and I'm heading down to explore.
Can I go with you?
Definitely not. Not unless you are trained to scuba dive. I'm going down to explore the Titanic. I'll let you know what I find. I've heard there's a lot of good artifacts down there.
Okay, I'll stay and guard your snacks.
We're back in 2025, and our underwater archaeologist Steve here has some interesting facts to share about what he learned on his dive.
I found some extraordinary artifacts. I found jewelry, pocket watches, a top hat, fancy gloves, silverware, and a violin. The Titanic has been studied for over a century. There are many cool things archaeologists find underwater. They have found shipwrecks and even sunken cities.
Wow, how do you find those things in the first place?
You find artifacts by diving using sonar and also using robots.
How do you get the artifacts out of the water and get heavy things up to the surface?
We use lift bags, basically giant underwater balloons that float objects up. Robots help too, especially at deep sites.
So it's like solving an underwater mystery.
Exactly. Every clue tells us more about how people lived, traveled, and built things long ago.
This sounds amazing. What can I do to become an underwater archaeologist?
Start with what you can do now. Learn about history and science, build models, maybe join robotics or Lego League, and get good at teamwork. Later, study archaeology or engineering, and of course, learn to swim.
I can do all that, except maybe the swimming part. The bathtub is already deep enough for me.
That's okay, Ben. Every great discovery starts with curiosity and sometimes a good life jacket.
Hi, my name is Thomas Jones. My brother's Indiana Jones.
The most famous archaeological discovery is King Tut, which was a body of an ancient Egyptian pharaoh who died at the age of 19. And the Dead Sea Scrolls, which was a series of scrolls on the shore of the Mediterranean Sea containing 9 Bible passages. But one stands above the rest. Pompeii! In AD 79, over 2,000 people died in Pompeii. In surrounding areas, where 1,600 people died. Yikes, that's a lot of people. Because of the ash that covered Pompeii from Mount Vesuvius, a 2,000-year-old piece of bread was preserved. How is it preserved? Well, I'll tell ya. In AD 79, the eruption of Mount Vesuvius buried the city of Pompeii in volcanic ash and pumice. The intense heat from the eruption carbonized the organic contents of buildings, including the bread and bakeries. Anyway, along with Pompeii, Herculaneum was also destroyed. That's where the other 1,600 people died. There were 2 causes of death. 1, excitation. 2, pyroclastic flows, which are fast-moving avalanches of hot gas, ash, and rock. Oh, here's the eruption.
This is scary!
Well, that's the eruption of Pompeii. Thank you for your time. See ya! Well, here we are.
Is this a history museum?
Yes, we are in the Ancient Egypt section.
Right, what does this have to do with archaeology and robots?
Archaeologists have dug up many things about ancient Egypt. A lot we know about it we wouldn't know without archaeology. For example, Egyptians somehow made the pyramids. And Egyptians thought cats brought them good luck.
That's so cool.
Wow, Max, you're very dirty, which is not surprising. Digging in the dirt.
If you must know, I am looking for fossils and artifacts.
That sounds super nerdy. What are fossils and artifacts?
Well, fossils are old things that were once living, like soft T-Rex tissue or old fish poop.
Ew! So gross. What is an artifact?
An artifact is an old thing that humans made or used, like old jewelry or the Rosetta Stone. Paleontologists study fossils and archaeologists study artifacts.
That's actually interesting.
And sorta cool.
Together we learned that archaeology isn't just about digging up the past, it's about connecting people, science, and imagination.
Thanks for watching us dig up new ideas.
Oh my gosh, I got worried for a second there.
It was interesting. It was...
One moment, I need to go to the bathroom.
What are you doing?
Oopsies.
Okay.
Let's go, buddy.
Well, I always knew that would happen.